Welcome back to Demo Corner. Today we are taking a look at a new upcoming NES game called Lizard. This is a new game by Brad Smith. The game is set to release this year in 2017, but the demo that we're checking out was made back in 2014. Back then he had a Kickstarter campaign that was successful, managed to get their funding, so since then he's been hard at work and making sure that the game will release as soon as possible. For those unaware, Lizard is a big open world exploration game. It's less combat oriented than other open world games, but that's not a bad thing. As you explore, you'll sort of find out how the world is connected and what doors lead to which different worlds and how it sort of loops. Once you get sort of a grasp on how the world is, you'll start to find new things and see that there are little puzzles scattered throughout the world. It's not so much like, oh, this screen has one puzzle, let me solve it and move on to the next. It's more of a world puzzle. How does everything interact with each other? How does this lizard work with this part of the world? Speaking of which, as you explore, you'll find different lizard skins. Each different lizard has a different ability. For example, the one that you start out with, you can interact with things. If you see a question mark block somewhere in the world, it will give you a hint, or you can get some information from it. Whereas some other ones, there's a fire one in the demo that if you press the B button, it'll shoot out a little shield of fire. I haven't figured out what this one does yet, but you can set some enemies on fire, which is kind of cool. And then there's another one that lets you swim. Obviously, much in the style of Metroid, as you find the different lizards, it'll let you explore different parts of the world. Going back to the water lizard, when you have this lizard skin on, it'll let you access different parts of the world, ultimately leading to different bosses. Speaking of bosses, they are super fun. Again, very puzzle oriented, or figuring out what the patterns are instead of how can I attack this, or let me mash on my shoot button as much as possible. It's all about spacing and learning patterns, and again, it's a very non-combat puzzle exploration oriented game. It's super fun and it looks to be just incredible. For those that haven't noticed, the graphics are amazing in this game. Each different world, each part of the world has a unique style that when you're in, say, the lava area, you can quickly identify, this is the lava area. Or when you're in the forest, you can say, I'm in the forest. It's very identifiable, easy to understand, and it just looks great. And of course, for those listening, the music is absolutely amazing as well. One thing that doesn't seem to get too much attention these days is music, and the music in the game is absolutely phenomenal. It has a very, very distinct through line. Every single track you can listen to and say, this is a song from Lizard. It's unique to the game and it all sounds just amazing. The fire world area, the underwater area, the neon-esque area, it all distinctly sounds like Lizard music. It's very cohesive, something that many songs for NES games just don't do, and it's amazing to hear. One thing about this project that I'm insanely in love with is the fact that Brad's been posting updates consistently for the past 3 years. If you go to the Kickstarter site, you can click on the updates page and see in-depth write-ups about tiny parts of the game. For anyone interested in NES development or video game development in general, I definitely recommend checking it out. Going into detail about how the music was created and making sure it all sounded similar yet unique and different, or how the graphic style was made, or how he designed the bosses. It's a very, very interesting read. Hours and hours of entertainment for sure. Speaking of the Kickstarter page, if you go to his website or that site, you can download the demo yourself. Like I said, this was made back in 2014, so he's been improving and iterating and changing it for 3 years, which is insane because the demo is already so much fun. So if he's been improving it for the last 3 years and adding and building and just iterating, I can't wait to see what the final product will be. I definitely recommend checking out this demo, and I can't wait for the full game to release later this year. Anyways, thanks for watching another episode of Demo Corner. If you like this one, why not check out the other ones? I've done about 4 others, I think, at this point. And be sure to subscribe, as new episodes come out almost every week. Thanks for watching.